Okay. Welcome to the 6 p.m. Spokane Recovery Dharma meeting at Soul Center and online. Welcome, Jenny. Just saw you come in. So glad you could be here this evening. So glad to see you. So, the five remembrances and what has been clinging to me the last few weeks, when I do a contemplative meditation, where I'm actually going into a meditation and thinking of something deeply with exclusion of everything else, it kept coming up with the one I understand the least, that I own my own actions, which is an addict. Why would I be surprised that that's the one I understand the least? How are they my only possessions? How can my actions be possessions, right? And then the idea that I will die, and the idea, why is that something I think about so much? And it turns out there are good reasons why it's something I think about so much. And I always like to start with a story, so here's my story. This is one of my favorite fantasies. Okay. The fantasy is that all of a sudden I'm 5 years old, but I know what the 59-year-old knows. And then I think of what I'll do. And in this fantasy, finally one day it hit me. I'll tell you what hit me, the realization. I go, okay, so at 5 years old, I'm going to just go in there and come out as a genius, and I'm going to go, to Harvard at 14, and everyone's going to think I'm so smart and love me and think I'm cool, and I'm going to make all sorts of money. I'm going to be some kind of scientist. I don't know, shoot rockets at Mars or something. All this whole thing, and I go, I'll know some investments, so I'll be very secure, and all this, and then everything will be okay. And I had that fantasy, maybe a few thousand times in my head, where I just have this fantasy. If I could go back to 5 and do it all over again, I won't mess it up, right? And I'm lucky I get to meditate, because one day I'm just sitting there meditating, and that thought comes, like, oh, here's this whole thing. Let's try not to think. And then it kept coming in, right? And then it hit me that the person I was at 5 years old was more qualified to be a 5-year-old than I was. What I was telling myself, if I could be 5 years old all over again, I would waste it. I would start working and trying to achieve and strive and attain and build this massive ego. I would waste a whole other shot at childhood, right? And now I don't have those fantasies so much anymore, but if I was 5, I'd be like, well, I'm 5 again, so we get another shot at this. It's going to be different, but we're going to waste a lot of time, right? We're going to be, not waste time, we're going to be a child. It's not a waste of time. We're going to live as a child. But I really thought, wow, then I'd do it the right way. Whatever the right way is, right? The right way is usually what I've heard from the media forever and ever and ever, right? And how this deals with my actions and how this deals with my death. So today at 59, it's a lovely age. I hope everyone gets to experience it. If you've experienced it already, I'm sure you'd agree with me. It's a great age. It's Saturday. And some days when I'm really tired, I'll find myself watching TV and doing too much social media and video games on my iPad. And it makes me kind of depressed, right? And I think of this thing that the Stoics had. The Stoics were kind of the Greek and Roman version of Buddhism at one point. And they had a thing called memento mori. I go, wow, that's a lot like the fourth remembrance. And that ties into my actions too, that I should be noble and virtuous, right? All those things we find in the Eightfold Path. Memento mori. So I'm like, if I were today on my deathbed and thinking of what I had done, would have I rather been watching Harry Potter, The Deathly Hallows Part 1 for the 5th time and playing Blockus in the background? Or would have I rather spent it in the front yard with the lilac and the flowering crabapple tree I have, and Circe, my big giant hazelnut tree. And with the neighbor who talks too much and drives me crazy, whom I love very much, and his 5-year-old daughter who's loud and is doing childhood the right way, right? I see her running around and picking up roly-polies and bringing them to me and naming them. It's an amazing thing. And Irma across the street, who turns 90 tomorrow. We're doing a birthday party with her. Would I rather be out there with those people and those plants and those animals? The carpenter bee who keeps on going under the table about an inch away from me and making me very nervous. But I realize it's not going to hurt me, so after a while I just let it be and it ignores me. Would I rather be doing that or watching TV? And the answer is, most of the time, I would have rather spent the time outside, living life, being in the community, being among nature and sunshine. So I went out. I went outside. And it was wonderful. And then I thought, is it always this way? Is there a time where I watch The Deathly Hallows Part 2 for the 5th time? And there is. There's a time where I am worn out and I am exhausted, and that's a good choice. And a choice not, I should never feel guilty. I like how I said I should never feel guilty. It's like capped at both ends with opposing thoughts. But I don't want to ever feel guilty for any choice I make, but sometimes that's a good choice. Sometimes I'm really tired. And a good thing for me to do would be to watch that. But always weigh everything on the scale of I will die and I will own my behaviors. So many of the things I postponed for so much of my life, I postponed because there was no deadline. Like, you give me a deadline for a project, I run out there and I try to get it done, right? But if there's no deadline, so if it's like, I want to write more, which I've been doing, or I want to deal with my mental health or my addictive issues more, or I need to make sure I'm in the gym, there's no deadline. Until I give myself that moment to realize the 4th remembrance and the 5th remembrance and that memento mori, I will die. If I keep pushing this off, then I will not have spent time doing stuff I wanted to do with this one precious life I've been given. So, yeah, and using that thinking, I'm on my 15s at work, I meditate. It's what I want to do with this one precious life I've been given. And if things are going on, I meditate. I'm more grounded to help other people, and I'm more grounded for myself. And I got to enjoy that time meditating. You know, today in the sun, sitting on a rock, listening to birds, pigeons. Don't want to make it too romantic. It was pigeons. They go, you know, whatever that noise is they make. It gives me scale. So I would like to think that going back to that fantasy of starting over at 5, that I take the time to really analyze things and really see the value of things and not measure it by some fake notion that I have, that I've almost been programmed to believe, that I can measure everything on that scale of, you know, this is impermanent. I'm just going to pull someone out at random. I say, Yukio, I love you. I appreciate you. There'll come a day where it'll be the last day we ever see each other. And we won't even know when it is. Well, maybe we will, but probably not. And it's truth with everyone in this room. It gives it scale, it gives it value, and it makes me understand how much I own my behaviors. If I spend my life trying to achieve something, or I spend my whole life trying to avoid something, watching too much TV or trying to do too much work, both are a trap. And I'll come to the end of my life having spent my whole life doing that. So it's always good for me to remember. And in that way, I feel very positive that I have a healthy mindfulness of death on a daily basis. And it doesn't scare me at all. I don't feel any fear of death right now at all. Now, if someone came in with a machine gun, I might feel fear. I might. But right now, if I think about it, it causes no misgivings in me at all. It's nice. And it also, when I quit drinking, I came to a time where I realized I had to do it now or else I'd never do it. You know, that whole, I'll do it tomorrow or I'll do it when this weekend over. Or my friend's having a big party in December, so I'll wait till January. And I'd be thinking like this time of year, like it's May. So, okay, we're going to go through a whole more 8 months more of insanity for a friend's party, which is, yeah, no. It's good to know that. So I want to do a little bit of chanting and meditating, and hopefully we have more time to share to today. During the chant, one thing when I was listening to this chant this morning, there's a little introduction, and the teacher, the person who leads a chant, because I did it this morning, says, pay attention to the silences between the words. It's an important part, the silences between the words. And I like to write poetry, and that's something I try to be mindful of, that silence that exists between words. It's there. And it can make a difference. So I'm going to go ahead and go. So it's Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Swaha Muni Shakya. Or no, Muni Shakya. I added that, sorry. So we will get rolling. And whenever you feel comfortable, you can follow along. It'll be followed by silent meditation. Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Shakya Muni Swaha. 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 Om Muni Close with a few minutes of silence.
Okay, that's it. Really, John, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, medication of merit. May we be happy and peaceful. May we be healthy and strong. May we be safe and protected. May we live with ease. Namaste.